Well, this works, does it? I hope this one works. Sorry, it works differently. No. There's the doing something when I was doing the other day. They want it up there. Do. We're live on YouTube, but from Power by SteamYard. I remember it was just me. I remember no one else is here joining me at the moment. Yes, Powered by SteamYard. Yay. This one's easy. Oh, you got SteamYard. Talk about FunFairs here, you know. Someone came in and went out again. I don't like it when they do that. I can to do live, but I don't know what to do every time I don't do live. No what? I know it's not as popular as stuff with vlogs, don't I? But he does live streams with this. I'm trying to get him in, actually. That's solo layout. So I'll do. What's that one do? I'm using SteamYard now. I'm live on YouTube, but using SteamYard. Hello. We're talking about FunFairs, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Anyone here? It's a bit boring. Anyone here? This is good, isn't it? 44 minutes live, and I thought I did say special guests as well. I did have lined up special guests to come on there as well, but no one turned up. Let's try to pop in on this. Oh man. Oops. Kiss us goodbye. This is what I'm gonna do for now. I need to do more lives like this, but no one's coming on to my lives. Why is this taking the piss? Sorry for swearing, but no one's actually coming on there. Hello, anyone there? I might end the stream in a minute because no one's coming on there. As I do live, no one comes on there. And it freaking pisses me off every time I do it. Sorry, doing square. I'm autistic. I'm getting anxious again. I'm getting anxious again. We'll talk about fun fairs in a minute once people come in and type up stuff and say hi to me at the same time. It's interesting. One person in there watching. Dun 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 dun. Matterhorn. Actually, I was thinking about it last night about if Funfest did come back, dodgems might be a bit of a problem. If someone sneezed on the dodgems when you go around the dodgems, if you go around on the dodgems and someone sneezed on you, that would go straight over you. That's another problem to think about. How they, because you've got to do self-distancing. If Funfest did self-distancing, how would it work on the dodgems as well? Because that's one thing I was thinking about the dodgems last night. So all I think about the dodgems, thinking how are they going to cope with the people in the dodgems? Do they have the dodgems or not have the dodgems set it up? Don't have the dodgems at all because the dodgems could be a bit of a pain in the butt. Because if a dodgems, which is a dodgem set actually, if people went on dodgem set, on the dodgems, on each cars, but when you're bumping each other, you're not like 2 meters apart, are you? Like a bit more close to each other on the dodgems, so it's not going to work out very well on dodgems, is it? So it's going to be very hard for the fun fairs to work out which wise they have to take with them. That will be, yeah, they have to work it out. They have to work it out. Work it out. They have to work it out somehow with the dodgems because I don't know how they're going to work it out with the dodgems. The fun fest came back. Ooh, Craig's on there. Hello, I just dream. Craig, yeah. I'm there. Disconnected. Device not connected. Okay, Craig came on and disappeared. How do I use that then? That's weird. I'm just getting used to this StreamYard thing. John Jennings Sizzler. John Jennings Sizzler. John Jennings Sizzler. I'm using StreamYard for a change. Craig came on for a minute and disappeared. Wow, how do I add people and then disappear? I'm getting used to this StreamYard powered by the StreamYard thing. I'm getting used to this thing as well because I had Craig from Cobra Rolls vlogs came on and tried to get him in, but he disappeared. He disappeared for a minute, so John Jennings Sizzler. I can't see John Jennings coming out this year. I can't see him doing. I don't know how he's going to do mix a part of his wides, because some of the places he goes in Wiltshire are a bit small. Some of the areas he goes to. Devizes Green is big. It probably can spread out on Devizes Green if you wanted to, but the council, it's all down to the councils as well of in Devizes if they want the fun fair to be on their grounds. So John Jennings can't do a street fair in Warminster. He can't do tickets, wristbands. He can't do wristbands. So how he's going to sort that one out? I don't know how he's going to go down Portway Field and spread himself out. So same with, I don't know if it's that area he goes to in Swindon's a bit small as well. So I don't know how he's going to put Sizzler, Miami, get whoever's cage to go there. It's going to be a bit hard down Portway Field because once the council own Portway Field, so it's going to be hard to work out if our council will let them not go on the field or not, because it's also down to the councils as well. Some councils might not let fun fairs onto the field, especially John Jennings in Wiltshire. So it's going to be a bit hard, I think, for John Jennings' fun fair. I'm on the air. Change. This is the first time I use this. Okay. Set so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. I tried to add Craig in, so what happened? I need to ask him. I tried to add you. I tried to get used to this thing. You disappeared. I tried to add you in. I tried to add you in. Oh, God, is Craig's there? Well, he's still probably watching me, actually. I messaged him on Messenger. 3 people here now. I like this because you can put. What I like this about this CR thing is you can put those people on there and come up with their questions. Trips with Tom. Hi, mate. Oh, hi, Tom from America. July Jennings out. John Jennings can't. How would he go out if John Jennings was going to come out? Some places are very small in Wiltshire. You got a couple places that you can probably spread out. Probably Devizes is probably the best bet. You can spread out 2 meters apart. But and in Warminster, but you can't do that in Chippenham or Melksham because Melksham is in the car park. So in Melksham, you can't do Melksham because Melksham has one else to put in. He can put himself into Melksham. So that's going to be a bit hard for some certain places or certain towns that John Jennings goes to. It's going to be very hard for him. Very, 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 very hard. Very, very hard for him to get there. So how is he going to put all his wides into Melksham car park? because that car park is small. I'm not shouting, Mum. Mum, otherwise they're calling me on stream, live stream, Mum. Otherwise, sorry, I was talking to my mum. My mum interrupted me as usual. Melksham is a very small car park, so there's no other place in Melksham he can go to. So I'm working out what towns will he probably have to go to. Warminster, Salisbury. He can space out in Salisbury in the big field near the big open field bit right next to he can go to that field next to the fire station, or to the big field onto that big park area where that big fun fair was in 2014. The wristband fair was, so he can go there. He can go. That is big, very big to space out all his rides in outside Salisbury. He can go that way. But Wiltshire, some towns in Wiltshire have got very small areas, so it's going to be hard for John Jennings to go to those towns. Wiltshire got some areas that are small. So Swindon, you can do Swindon, Devizes, Warminster, or you can't really do many places. It's going to be hard for him. Very, very, very hard for him to go. Yeah, he's going to go to that place. He can go to that place. But if it's in Wiltshire, it's a very small place. With Wiltshire, no, Wiltshire is big, a big county, but all the towns inside Wiltshire, except for the Salisbury City, except for Salisbury, you can easily go somewhere in Salisbury, but not in Cairn or Melksham or Chippenham. Maybe Chippenham. Maybe he can space himself out in Chippenham, but it'll take him time to get there out of the Chippenham, wouldn't it? But then, what happens if John Jennings allows a wristband funfair to come to Warminster onto Portway Field and spread themselves out? How do we get? What happens if the Oxygen comes to Warminster one day? Why don't we get a big, massive funfair like the Oxygen in Warminster one day in Wiltshire? What happens if a wristband funfair came to Warminster? Like Bill Coles, John Jennings let Bill Coles come to Warminster into Portway Field to spread themselves out. Or let Charles Coles come to Warminster and spread themselves out. But I don't think that's going to work out that way. I don't think John Jennings is going to let a funfair probably come to Warminster. It'd be good if he did. It'd be good if he actually came to Warminster with a big. I want to see one day in the future a big funfair right up to the top end of Portway Field. So have the Oxygen down one end, the Super Bowl in the middle somewhere. I would love to see some big rides in Warminster one day in Wiltshire, but I doubt that's going to happen. Then Oxford, if that goes ahead this year, I've been there last year actually, and they had a booster, a Tagoner with lights on it, like a Tagoner with like lights on it, like big lights on it like that. So I went to there had 3 in Miami's down there, an arcade, 2 arcades, little stools for game stools, and then there were the Sizzler, the Twister, two waltzers, one facing that way, one facing that way. So when I went down last year, it was actually the Air Max was actually interesting wide as well, because the Air Max when that starts going, it doesn't swing like the and the MKG wides, the one that swings like a pendulum in the middle, like a pendulum, swings like a pendulum in the middle. So you got basically got this big wide here, like a MGK wide of it. Trying to work out like the X Fighter, which I think I'm trying to remember the name of them. I find it really hard the name of that wide, but the Air Max is similar, or doesn't do a similar thing. I think it goes like that, I think, but but I think the seats move. The seats move on it as well. The seats move. The seats move on it as well. So the seats move on there as well. We've got lots of Miamis because John Jennings got Miami, which is the opposite to Charles Carl's Miami, which has got small arms. I think that's what make and model is John Jennings's again. What make and model is John Jennings's Miami? I've forgotten the make of John Jennings Miami. What is John Jennings Miami? Miami. What's John Jennings Miami? What is John Jennings Miami? What make is it? I forgot what make it is. I can't remember the make of John Jennings Miami. I haven't looked it up for a while. There's so many makes of Miamis, Funfair Miamis. So if I can look it up a minute. Miamis. Funfair wides. Funfair wides. Oh, not that. Right. Makes. Doesn't really tell you what make it is, though. I can't see what make it is. It was just bringing them all different ones for hire. Miami 3 wide higher. I don't want the higher in Miami. I'm trying to work out what type of make it is. Forgotten what make it is. What make is John Jennings is? Because I know they got long arms. John Jennings got long arms, and his bit is that. But Charles Carl's sideboard bits come in like that on his Miami. So it comes in like that, like an angle. I wonder why. I try to wonder why. How do I share screen? Okay. Well, I work out how to do that. Format. Because there's so many makes out there. How many makes? How's Morrison's? It's okay. Morrison's is picking up So we've been doing orders now in Marston's and Wolves. So we're doing online orders now. So there's fans basically outside Marston's, and everyone's been picking up the food in Marston's. Marston's is doing okay. And I've got a supper scratch card. I don't know if I'm going to win on this scratch card or not, but I might win tonight. I might win the 300 grand if I'm lucky. I might win 300 grand. I'll buy myself a funfair with it. As if I could buy a funfair with that. I just have a scratch card because I like scratching. I'll scratch that later. I'm not scratching it now. That was Morrison's cool. I love doing this. Clever clogs. Craig was here earlier. He did come onto my live bit and disappeared. I went to add him like that, click on his name, and disappeared. Craig from Cobra Rolls. Rolls. I tried to click on him, and he got disconnected. So I don't know how why that happened. Didn't use this new this thing here, the powered by the duck on his head. I don't want to upgrade it because if I upgrade it, I have to pay a lot of money for it, for this thing. If you want to upgrade, it says if you want to upgrade it as well, apparently. Whoops, my pound went on the floor. So the fastest Miami out there would be. The fastest. Send him a link. Send him a link. Oh, he said rejoin if you want to. If you want him to, in the link. he said rejoin. How do you do that? Send the link. This way. A minute. Paste it here. I think. I don't know how to send him a link, or do you do that way? Just that is going to be strange if I do that. That means I have to hide it again after that. That's how you do it. That's like how you do it, I don't think. If I do it that way. Mm-hmm. Oh, live tonight. Why doesn't David live tonight? Live tonight. My pound on the floor now. I'm trying to get a pound. A minute. Where is it gone? Oh, no, it's my pound. That's on there. Hi, Dave and Daz. Anyone alive tonight? Yeah, he's on now. He's on now. Who? What? Oh, how not get trolled on there as well. I'm gonna monitor. I'm gonna moderators on my Get Craig in. Get Craig in. Oh, funny. Where's he gone? Get Craig came on. Here we go. Where's Craig? Oh, that's put G. That's why. Let's see. Oops. No, I'm doing now. Oh, poo. Craig is not online on Facebook or Messenger. He's not active on Messenger unless he's on here somewhere. I sent it to him anyway. Thank you. What's that? Hidden Treasures, it's called. That's what it's called. All right. Is there fair wide called Hidden Treasures? Is there any fair wide actually called Hidden Treasures? That'd be wicked. That'd be a cool name if that was a fun fair wide called Hidden Treasures. That'd be cool. Hidden Treasures. Plus, I have got no monitors on my YouTube channel. Monitors means I haven't got no one monitoring my channel, helping me monitor who's because I don't want to get any trolls onto here as well. I'm worried about trolls as well. Like you guys get sometimes that Dave and Craig, you get trolls in there sometimes on here sometimes, which I'm trying to get. I don't want trolls in there. I want how am I supposed to get Montour on here? How am I supposed to get Montour or Moda, what they call themselves? So Montour and Montour. Oh, what can I spell it now? I need someone to I need a monitor on my channel to have like a. I need a monitor, so if I do lives in case a troll came in, Hi, Daz, how are you? Are you still on here? A4. Done A4. B5. Nah, I'll do that later. I'll do the scratch card later. The oxygen is another booster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 3,000, I think it's about 3,000 boosters in the UK or in the world or in the UK. Or was there 400 of them in the UK boosters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Try to count how many boosters are in the UK. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Probably about 9 or 4,000, or don't know how many there are in the UK. I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing how many there are in the UK. How many there are in the UK? What's that one do? Trolls. Less. Nah, less. Okay, less. Okay. Less. Ooh, that's interesting. Less. Mind you, a booster probably would kill me. Will it be game over for me on the booster, Dave? Will it be game over on a booster for me? If I ever went on the booster, will it be game over? Will it be game over on a booster? I'm trying to think of a couple of rides that would probably be game over for me, because I know that Orbiter in Farnborough made me pass out. I nearly passed out. No baby ride. No baby ride. I passed out on the Orbiter, so I don't know which ride will actually be game over for me. If I ever went to Winter Wonderland with my mum and I went onto the that would be game over on the drop tower. On the drop tower. Hangover. Not the drop tower, the Hangover. Got the name wrong then. I meant the Hangover. That Johnny's operating that wide. Johnny operates. The nice guy, Johnny. Yes, for you, game over. Like always. Yeah, no, I was because I've been on Sizzlers quite a lot in the past. John Jenny Sizzler, and never got game over on that one. Sizzler, like Orbiter. That's got to be about 4 or 5 Orbiters in the UK. All different type ones, I think. But then you got the stream. Is is there stream? Is there stream like the orbiter, or is that completely the opposite to the orbiter? Extreme, or is that same as the orbiter? So then you got a stream, you got the orbiter and a stream. What else would kill me? Probably game over. The waltzers probably might be game over for me as well. The waltzers. Oh yeah, John Jennings' waltzers. I think he's been doing some work to his waltzers over the lockdown. Actually, I think they're going to put. I think they're on about, or one of. I was looking at one of the talking about the pictures, saying that John Jennings was thinking about putting some extra, more lighting package on his waltzers, but he might not. But I remember him saying to me that one day he might put some lighting packaging on his dodgems. So on where the pole for the electric current to go down, I think he's going to put some lights on them. He was saying that to me a couple, last. I think it was earlier last year. He told me that, but never. I don't think he's going to get around to doing that. But it might change some stuff on otherwise. But I think he's been repainting the Sizzler. Sizzler's been redone, and it's finished now as well. They just polishing it the other day. They painted near the other step bit near the box where Terry sits on the controls of the John Jennings Sizzler. So they'd be doing that up. I don't know if he's going to be doing in Miami up or not. I don't think he can make Miami go any faster. That'd be interesting if he could do that on his Pure Gen in Miami, but I doubt it. I know he might do something to Dodgems. I don't know if he's going to do anything to Dodgems or not. But I know he's done the Sizzler and the waltzers so far, given like a paint. Or might they I should probably get the outer board that goes over with the lights on it as well. They have the sticky out board bit that's on the front boards, and I think he might put some lights on that, make sure those lights work on there as well at the front. I think he should sell a couple of the get rid of one of the juveniles. John Jennings should sell one of the juveniles and get. He could buy like a MGK5 wide, or you could buy a Super Bowl wide, or you could buy a rock, not the Rock of the Plane wide. You could buy the Atmosphere. You could buy a wide like the Atmosphere. You could buy the wide like that. I'd love to see John Jennings buy a wide like the Atmosphere one day. I'd like him to spend some money on that. I'd love to see him having the Atmosphere. Touches unfair. The Atmosphere. I'd love John Jennings to buy that, but I doubt he'll buy it. It'd be too much money for him. Dun, 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 dun. 7 o'clock at night. I got a bit tired today. But would $3,000 buy a Funfair wide? Or was that not won't happen? Will that buy a Funfair wide? Will $3,000 buy a Funfair wide? I'd love to see if I win love to see if I win $3,000, because if I win $3,000, I don't know if that will buy me a Funfair wide or not. Will that be enough to buy a Funfair wide? Who knows? A little bit tired today, but I've got my Pepsi Max here. Pepsi Max. Pepsi Max. John Jennings has had 3 dodgem sets over the years. John Jennings has. He's had three of them. Mind you, he's told me in the past he's had a John Jennings in the past. Actually, in the past, before I was born, before I was born, he had John and David Jennings had a Super Trooper. They had a Super Trooper before I was born, but that went when I was about 8 years old. The first time I went to the fun fair with my mum, and I liked seeing all the lights and that. And then after that, I went down my own to Jennings Fun Fair in Portway, Walthamstow. And then I eventually went to Westbury. Eventually, I went in it to Melksham, and then eventually Chippenham. And then Devizes up the cane locks on my bike, up the cane locks and Devizes, up the cane locks on my bike to the fun fair in Devizes, John Jennings Fun Fair in Devizes. And then I grew up that's the fun fair I grew up with, John Jennings. I grew up with that fun fair here in Wiltshire. And then when my dad moved to Marlborough, I first set my eyes on the Marlborough Mock Fun Fair. Then I worked how to get a bus to Swindon. So I went to Swindon for a day out, and then I bumped into that fun fair in the Link Centre. I've never seen that fun fair. I've never seen a fun fair. A different fun fair with different wides at a time. Then, when my dad moved to Salisbury, I ventured out a bit more towards Salisbury's charter fun fair, but I ventured out a bit more further to outside Southampton and got to meet Charles Carls and his fun fair. And then I ventured out a bit more and I went to Farnham last year and bumped into John, or not John, Dave, I forgot his name now, that Dave guy. He does Farnham. Dave Sales, I think it's called. Dave Sales, I think it's called, or something like that. But he's got the Thunderdome, the Waltzer, Thunderdome Waltzer. And then I ventured out to Bognor Regis to a fun fair in Bognor Regis. And then I ventured out. So that's the first time I went to Bognor Regis Seafront to a fun fair last year in August. And that was fantastic. Then I went to the Oxford Fun Fair in September last year. God blimey, that is a big fun fair, actually. Oxford. But I bumped into Mods Cooper. I bumped into Cooper. Mods and Cooper that day or that week. I think it's the week after, because that's the week before after I went to one in Reading, and then that fun fair in Reading, this parent told me off for flogging. Didn't want me to flog the wide of a child on it. I was trying to flog that Orbiter, not Orbiter, Power Trooper type ride, Super Trooper Power Trooper type ride. Next to New York. And then I couldn't. That was Jimmy, Jimmy someone's fair, and that didn't work out very well. So I got a bit upset by that. I didn't get I got some photos of the fun fair, but didn't end up flogging it. And then David, Martin Cooper explained to me that there was a flogger giving other floggers bad names that year on that time. So I didn't realise then some other flogger was going around giving us other floggers bad names, which was I thank Martin Cooper for saying that the other day. That last year when I saw him at the Oxford Fun Fair. That's not far from how I think you can easily get from Warminster to go to Oxford is by going on to get to Oxford from Warminster. I have to go to Swindon. Then I go on the train from Swindon to Didcot, and then from Didcot to Oxford, and then from Oxford to Didcot back to Swindon, back to Warminster on a train. So that's about one, two, three. No, 1, 2, 3 changes. 4 changes. 4 train changes. Train journey changes. So it didn't take me that long to get there. So that's how I got to Oxford last year by train to the fun fair. So it's easy as pie. It's easy as pie to get there, actually. So that's how I got there. So hopefully when things do eventually go back to normal again, I'm going to venture out towards Southampton. Venture back out towards Southampton again to see Child Cars Fun Fair. Venture out to every parts of places. And anyone got favourite comedies? Because I was watching Red Dwarf the other day, which is quite funny. Red Dwarf. I know you and David have got One Foot in the Grave DVD at home. 1 Foot in the Grave. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I've got this app on my phone.
Are you ready? Fucking ice, baby.
That's the app. That's the app I used for doing my videos on my on the Fun Fair ride. on my Lego thing.
Here we go.
Yo, give me something to dance to.
Hunches in the lift.
Hallo, are you ready? Nou. Hallo, iedereen kan hier winnaar zijn.
Ik wil alleen maar billen zien. We cannot get enough.
I like this app thing because you got.
Let op, niet in of uitstappen, want we gaan nog een keer achteruit.
Zo, we gaan nu een partijtje sneller, mannen.
This is good too. This one. Track.
Wil je meer? Zeg het maar.
I like this app. Oh, speed action. Tempo. Speed. Action. Power. You know, Speed. Action. The need for speed.
Let's
Move it.
Let's
go. Power. That's good. I like that app. I like that one because you got so many
We're flying high, we're flying right up to the sky.
I don't know why does it. Fire! That's a good app though. I like that sample app. I use that on my Lego Funfair ride. Well, it's different to one you use though, David. Dave, use a different. Oh, sorry, I lost it now. Dave, you use a different one to me. Use a different one sample to me when we did your Lego Sizzler with the motor. So I use a different sample to me. Complete different one. Put that phone down now. Ole. If I dropped anything down on the floor, I don't know. I was looking for something. Who the hell was that? I don't know who he is. Who's Alistair? Who's Alistair? Anyone know who Alistair is? Who's Alistair? I don't know who he is. I'm not adding him on there. Who's Alistair? I'm autistic. I don't know who he is. David, are you still here? Are you still here, David? Who's Alistair? Mm-hmm. Autism. I don't know who he is. 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 Let him in. Let him in. Do you know who he is? Let him in. I don't know who he is. Sorry, he disappeared because I'm autistic. I got autism. I'm sorry, I'm autistic. I'm just not used to different. I'm used to like David Slothy and you. I know you because I got to know you. Seen you on you, Daz, and Dave and Sophie Vlogs and Craig, but I don't know who Alistair is. I've never seen him before. I don't know who he is. I've never seen him before. Oh, he's a good lad. So I'm autistic, okay? I've got Asperger's syndrome, sorry. But I am going to go in a minute anyway, because I'm getting tired and I can't think of anything else to say at the moment. I'm getting a bit bored now. I'm getting a bit bored. I can't think of anything else to say now. I can't think about. I've talked about fun fairs for a bit now. I can't think of anything else to say. I'm getting a bit bored now, so I might go in a minute. It's about over 1 hour and about what is it? Near 8 o'clock nearly. I am going to get going off in a minute and watch some Red Dwarf on my TV, on my laptop. I don't know what else to say. I hate having this blockage with Asperger's syndrome. I have this blockage sometimes. What else to say? Which I forget sometimes what I'm going to say next because with autism, I forget what I'm going to say sometimes, and I get blocked, thinking I don't know what else to talk about now. I get panicky this time of day because I don't know what else to talk about. Oh, don't have an autism meltdown right now, please. I just don't want to have an autism meltdown. I don't want to have an autistic meltdown. I don't know what else to think about. Oh, what else can I think about? What else can I say? I need to do a scratch card. I want to do this now. If I win that, that'd be cool. But I don't think I'm going to win that. Oh, God almighty. Who is Alistair? Add the stream. I'm going in a minute, Alistair. I'm going in a minute. I'm going. I was to say, I'm off skis. But actually, oh, what to do? I'm too tired now. Got to say now, I'm ending this broadcast. See you guys later. I'm bored now. I don't know what to say. Bye.